Guys, we have finally made it to Cape Town and today is our first day here. But before I tell anything, just look at this view.
It's so crazy. We're right below the Table Mountains,
Wow!
right in front of it, and down there is the Atlantic.
That's the Lion's Head, it's right here.
That right there is Lion's Head. So we are right now on the west coast of Cape Town. We actually got here a couple of days ago into Cape Town on a wild hitchhiking journey all the way from Windhoek, Namibia. So after 2000 kilometers of driving across the desert and then into South Africa, we finally made it here and now it's so unbelievable.
So the first 3 days in this country we just rested, we did nothing, and today is our first day we have stepped out to see
Yeah.
the town.
So our idea is to just walk around, get a sense of what this place is like. Everybody has been telling us to be very, very cautious in South Africa, and we don't really want to challenge that by doing funny things.
Yeah.
But now that we're here, we just thought we'll walk around first in the neighborhood of our couchsurfing host, get sort of used to walking around with a camera here, and then decide how much more
You would
adventurous.
see me, my eyes will be going all over the places just to,
Yeah.
keep awareness about our surroundings.
The weather here is so crazy. This is actually the start of summer and it's been crazy gloomy all morning. And
But
until
this
just
it was not like this on the other days also. But in a day you can see that there is rain, it's extremely cold, it's extremely hot, and sometimes it's really windy.
so
so
they
it's
say Cape Town has all 4 seasons in one day and we don't disagree with it. But
Not
right
at
now
all.
the weather is just so amazing. Everything, the fog is just lifting up, so it still feels so incredibly cool and pleasant to be here.
We should be careful of these ones.
Yeah. And the
Ooh, look at that.
Shish isn't going to stop doing that. By the way, this place is about 7 or 8 kilometers outside of the city center. The city center is probably going to be a separate visit for us. We have not really explored that yet. Today is just about walking here in this neighborhood. What do you
I
want
think
to
we
see?
should just stand because the view is so nice.
After so many weeks of walking around in the desert and just
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at brown landscapes,
This is such a different.
this is definitely such a different experience to be. It's all green, so lush and green.
We're wearing sweaters.
It's also around 16 degrees or so. The sun is actually hiding behind the clouds, but even when it comes out, not more than 20 degrees. And just like that, for the third time, we're at the first time in front of the Atlantic Ocean.
It's not your first time.
For the third time. But Cape Town is special because it's the point where both the Indian Ocean as well as the Atlantic Ocean meet. But since we are still on the western coast of the city, we are at the Atlantic Ocean side. The Indian Ocean is still about 60-70 kilometers that way towards the south. But I think now you can see the Table Mountains behind us. It's so incredible.
And there's Lion Head right here. Look at that.
And here's the Atlantic. And then there you go, everybody, Antarctica. gonna go touch the water.
Navneet is going to tell it's so cold because it will be cold.
Why don't you do it this time?
I'll wait for the water.
Go for it, go for it.
It's not just cold, it's super, super cold.
So that's where we were. And now we're up here. So we just got up back into the house and we did a couple of things. We got ourselves a SIM card with a data pack. Although the SIM card we got at the border is still working, our data pack was having some issues, so we got a new one. We got the SIM card from Vodacom, but there's also MTN that we could buy, and we got like 1.2 GB of data for about 70 Rand.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think till now it's the most expensive SIM plus data network that we have actually got onto. It's how much on average? About 5 times the price of what it is in India.
Yeah.
And we also got some cash. We changed our Namibian money the other day, but we never got to show you.
This is what the South African rand looks like.
So you have Nelson Mandela here and a line here, and this is a 50 Rand note. 50 Rand costs about 220 Indian rupees or so, so
Yeah.
about 4.8 times, and it's also worth about 2.5 US dollars.
Yeah.
So that's what we have now.
Now we are back here and it's time to watch the sunset.
Yeah, the sun has finally come out from behind all the clouds, so it's really nice.
It came just in time for the sunset. The entire day it was hidden somewhere.
It was actually very comfortable to walk down to town right there. I mean, this is a very small area. Camps Bay is a very small neighborhood here. But then we also found it like it was a very tough incline up, but it was still quite safe
By
to walk.
going down, it was windy and so cold. By the time we finished climbing up, we were sweating.
So this part of Cape Town is actually fine and safe, is what a lot of people told us. And today
And we
it was,
also saw so many tourists on the beach.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was relatively fine for us to move around here. But of course, the bigger challenge is to go into town and film over there. So we really don't know what to expect. That's why our first impressions vlog is a bit confusing and short.
And confusing.
We just wanted to anyway share this experience with you guys also from our first day exploring this part of South Africa. So thank you guys for coming today on our first day in Cape Town, and we'll see you again in the next one.
Oh wait, I forgot to tell.
What?
We started in the east coast of Africa, then we went all the way to the west coast, and now we are at the southern coast.
So it's been a pretty crazy journey. Actually, one of our reviewers, Andrew, commented some time back saying you should have taken some
Water from the eastern coast,
like from the Indian Ocean and brought
then
it out here to the
Atlantic Ocean.
We never really did that, but when he actually said that, that's when we realized, oh, we've made it all the way from the east coast to the west coast,
Yeah.
and it's been such a surreal journey. So here we are at the very last city on the African continent, but we're still not all the way down south. You have to go quite far down south actually to reach the very end, which is the Cape of Good Hope and its neighborhood. So we'll probably do that at some point during this trip. We don't really know. So anyways, thanks you guys for coming with us today, and we'll catch you again in the next vlog. Bye.